In this video, I'm going to show you how to be a photographer. This video is not about how to take pictures. You could learn how to take pictures anywhere online or from a book. That's not what this video is about. This video is about how to be a photographer, meaning how to get paid to do what you love to do. This video is broken up in two parts. The first part is how to create a website, and the second part is how to bring in customers. In the photography book Going Pro, they say, quote, "You can't be in business today without a good website." And I definitely agree with that. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to make an excellent website. So enough talking, let's actually see the website we're going to be making so that you can attract customers. As you can see, it opens up to a beautiful slideshow that slides every few seconds. So this could be your images and portfolio of work. We have a amazing menu right here on the side. We have our logo up here. We can even take this and minimize it so we can just look at the pictures. Let's maximize it. We have an about page. And there I am. My name is Tyler Moore, by the way. We also have a gallery. And in this gallery, we can click on it to maximize it. We can select our different pictures. So this will be your different pictures. And we can maximize it more. We also have a store where we can buy things. So this could be your 5x7s or your framed pictures that you can sell, or it could be your services. So if you have $5.99 for a photo shoot or whatever it is, then you can just click on it and they can add it right to the bag. And this can be any color. This red's not very good color, but just add it to the bag and we can check out. So we also have a blog that I'm going to show you how to do, so your customers can keep up to date with all the new things that you're doing. And we have a client area. This is so sometimes you have clients and you don't want other clients to see, or regular visitors to see what you're working on. So it's a password protected client area. If we put in the wrong password and click login, it's obviously not going to work. But if we enter in the right password, which there we go, we can see our top secret picture. But this could be a picture of your client's images, or just something that you don't want everyone to see, but only your clients to see. Next, we have a Contact Us button. And this is so they can easily see, what your area you live in and your phone number or email. If you don't want to have them copy and paste your email, you can have it right here. And click send. So we can see that email, and it shows up right here, right into our inbox. Okay. In order to build your website, you don't need to learn any code or anything like that. Your website is going to be built on a platform called WordPress. And WordPress allows you to edit your website visually, just to drop in pictures and add text just like you would in Microsoft Word or Facebook. But just because it's easy doesn't mean it's not professional. In fact, most good web developers now use WordPress to build their own websites and their clients' websites. It has about 58.3% of the market share, and it's used by really big businesses like CNN and Forbes and Jay-Z, Katy Perry, and the list goes on of the big businesses that use WordPress to power their websites. So it's extremely professional. It's also very important not to use Wix or any Flash-based website builder, because Flash-based websites don't work on the iPhone, the iPod Touch, the iPad, anything that Apple has made recently. The Flash will not work on, so you'll just get a blank screen, and that will drive away lots of customers. So you don't want to make your website out of something that is Flash-based, which is a big mistake that a lot of photographers are now making. So you might be wondering how much it costs to get your name out there, have a beautiful website with a gallery, a contact form, your own website name, and the ability to take payments on your website. And really to make changes whenever you want. You don't need to contact a web developer, and it could take weeks for a web developer to do changes. All you have to do is log on and change a website yourself. If you asked a web developer for a quote with all of these things, I guarantee you it would be anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. But since we're gonna do the work ourselves and we don't need a web developer to do it for us, I'll show you step by step how to do it. We can do it for under $75. And if you really want to save money, you can skip a step and you can do it for under $25. But I really recommend adding this step that I'll show you. So here are the costs. Your website name, that's like www.yourphotographywebsite.com, that's going to cost approximately $15 a year. Hosting, and this is where you store all of your files, just like when you upload a picture to Facebook, you're uploading it to their website. So this is where you store all of your image and files and text, so it's available 24/7. This is actually a computer that's online 24 hours a day that you put all your files on, and this allows your files to be available to anyone. This costs about $10 per month. This is about $15 a year. So these are the costs that you have. Now, if you want another domain name, you don't need to get more hosting because you already have it. So you can keep on buying domain names and keep on adding them and only pay $15 a year for extra domain names, and you can have unlimited websites on this hosting plan, or where you store all of your files. The optional thing to get is a theme, and a theme is really just the design of your website. Now this can range anywhere from $20 to $150, but our theme cost about $50, under $50. So in total, you can pay anywhere from $25 at the minimum to $75 at the maximum. And this is for a multi-$1,000 website. I dare you to get a quote from a web developer. You'll see how expensive these things are. Later, I'm also going to show you how to save 25% on your website name and your hosting. So you'll save a little money there. So it's really under $25 or under $75. Alright, so let's get started. Let's look at our to-do list. First, we're going to get our domain name, which is yourwebsite.com, and hosting, which is where you store your files. Then we're going to install WordPress. Then we're going to set up your website. We're going to set up all your pages, your about, your gallery. Then we're going to put in the store to accept payments so that you can get paid for doing what you do. Then we're going to install visitor tracking. This is very important so we can see which campaigns are working and what advertising is working and what isn't. And then I'm going to give you a couple of tips and advertising ideas to get more people and more business. Okay, let's do it. Let's get our domain name and hosting. The first thing we want to do is go to HostGator.com. www.hostgator.com, and we'll land on their homepage. I really like HostGator because of their live chat, and they are known for their excellent support. You can look up the Google reviews of HostGator. They're excellent. Before, I had a problem and I chose a bad hosting company, and I thought all of this web stuff was really confusing and difficult, but it's really not. It's really easy if you just choose the right provider. So do your research, check Google reviews, the reviews on Google, and just go with someone that is really good and has really good reviews like HostGator. After we do that, we can click on web hosting. And just one more thing, make sure that you're able to install WordPress through the hosting companies. A lot of bad hosting companies don't allow you to install WordPress easily, so just some things to watch out for. Make sure you choose a great hosting company. After we click on web hosting, I like to go with a baby plan. You can go with the hatchling plan, but that's only if you plan on ever having one website. See where it says single domain? You can't add a whole bunch of websites to this plan. For a few cents more a month, you can go with the baby plan and have unlimited websites, unlimited domain names. So that's what I like to do, and I like to choose the month-to-month option just because I don't want to be stuck in something that is long-term if it really doesn't work out for me. So I click that, and then I will click Order Now. Once we do that, it's going to ask us to register a new domain name, or if we have an existing one already. We're going to register a new domain name. And before you click Continue, you're going to want to enter in a coupon code that will save you 25% instead of 20%. So you'll save an extra 5%. This one is Photography Pro. Photography Pro. And when you enter this in, HostGator actually gives me credit for referring someone to them. Obviously, I would never recommend something that I didn't use myself and something that I didn't really believe in. So if you put this in, you'll save an extra 5%, and I'll get a little credit and be able to continue to make these sort of tutorials for you. After you do that, you click Continue to Step 2. And here you can choose your .com or .net or .org. And a lot of the times your website name will be taken. So let's just put one in here that's taken. And then they will say that there's an error, and you'll need to re-enter in that promo code. And put in your domain name. And then click the yellow button. Once we do that, make sure that you're getting the baby package if that's what you want, and make sure you're getting 25% off, and just enter in your username and security pin. Your security pin can be anything you want, 4 digits, and then put in all your information. The email, address, street, the name on your credit card. If you're from a different country, you may need to use PayPal to pay. And just put in that and your expiration date. And once you do that, notice that you have live chat, which is free. So if you're ever having any issues with your server or your hosting, you can ask them and they get back to you. Usually takes about a couple minutes for them to respond. Your account is instantly active. You get a money back guarantee, so for any reason you don't like something, you have 45 days and you'll get all of your money back. So the total is $9.95 for the hosting, and then 25% off. And for the domain name, your website, it is $15. So in total, it is under $25. It is $22.46. Agree to the terms and click Create Account. Once we do that, we'll see a thank you page, and now we can check our email. Now I'll log into my Gmail inbox, and I see a new email from HostGator. I can go ahead and click on that, and it tells me all the important information about my order. So it tells me about my plan, and it says where my control panel is and all the usernames and passwords. All this stuff is very important, and you need to either print it or write it down or keep it in a safe place. Very important information. What we want to do now is check our to-do list. So we have gotten our domain name and hosting. So this is done. The next thing we got to do now is install WordPress so that we can edit the website visually. We don't need to know any code. So the way to do that is just to click on your control panel. Go ahead and click that. And once you're in here, you're going to want to look at the username and copy it. You could right click or command click if you're on a Mac. Copy it and paste it, and copy and paste again your password. Then just click login. Alright, once we've logged in, let's install WordPress. There's an easy and a hard way to install WordPress. Let's do the easy way. Let's scroll down to software/services, and we can either click on Fantastico Deluxe or Quick Install. Let's install it quickly and click the Quick Install. Once we do that, on the left side right here, click WordPress. After that, just press Continue. Then choose your domain name. I have many domain names on my baby plan, but I'm going to choose Simple is Key because it's going to be simple. And I'm going to do it on my main domain name. And I'm going to check off Enable Auto Upgrades. Actually, I'm going to uncheck that. I want to manually upgrade it. I'm going to put in my email and my username and my blog title. And then just click Install Now. There you go, that was pretty easy. Now it says, congratulations, your installation is ready. You can now access it by going here. But really, you can't because you have to wait 2 to 4 hours for your domain name to be ready. So it can also take up to 48 hours. So it could take 2 days, but usually it does it within 2 to 4 hours. So wait 2 to 4 hours, and after you do that, try going to your domain name. If it doesn't work in 2 to 4 hours, then you have to wait a little longer. So I'm going to take a little break right now and just wait the 2 to 4 hours. Make sure you copy down your username and password, and I'm going to go right now, and I will be right back. I will talk to you soon. Okay, so I've waited about 3 hours, and now I'm going to check if my website works. Before I do that though, I'm going to copy down the password, and then I'm going to just click here. And yes, we have the default WordPress website. Not that fancy, but you saved yourself maybe about $500. I've seen web developers charge $500 just for this basic installation of WordPress. And now that we've installed WordPress, let's see where we are on our to-do list. So we've gotten our domain name and we've installed WordPress. Done. Now we have to set up our website. Set up the website. Okay. To set up the website, we first have to log into the website. So let's go to ourwebsite.com/wp-admin. Now the dash is by the number 0, so that's wp-admin, and press enter. Once we've entered, we can go to the quick install page and see that our username is admin, and our password is this long, confusing password. You can just copy it, paste it right in there, and press login. Now, one of the first things that I like to do is change my password because I can't really remember this. And we can close our email and close our quick install tabs and go to users, click on the admin or whatever you set your username to, and click edit. Scroll down and you'll see new password. Just gonna change it to something I can more easily remember and press update profile. And then we go back to our dashboard. Alright, the next thing I like to do is just simply a cosmetic change. If you look at our website name, simpleaskey.com, we can see that it doesn't have a www dot in front of it. So if we go to Google, we see that they put a www dot in front of it. And I just really like the way that that looks better. So to change that, we could go to settings and general, then put www dot in front of it. Make sure you get this right. If you get this wrong, you will not be able to log into your website, and it'll be difficult for you to change it. You may have to delete WordPress and reinstall it. So let's just go to www dot on both of these. Make sure you get this right. Alright, and then we can click Save Changes. And once we do that, it's going to ask us to re-log in. So, with our new password. And now our website has a www dot in front of it, just like Google and Facebook and other websites. Now let's take a look at our website and understand what's going on. So this is the title of our website. This is our tagline, and both these can be changed. This is our navigation bar. This is a blog post right here. They have it set up so that you can blog. Your blog post will show on the home page right now. And this is the sidebar. And this is a sample page. They just put in this sample page. And you can comment on the sample page or comment on this page, and your comment will show up. So this doesn't really look that great, so let's see if we can change the theme of this website. So to change a theme, we go to Appearance, then Themes. And click Install Themes. And let's just click on the featured themes. And we can see that this one is the responsive theme. Let's just install now and activate it. Now this theme is free, so we can go back to our photography website and see that this theme has changed, but the content has stayed the same. The sample page is still here, but it looks different. So the content is the same when you change a theme, but it looks different. Now, there are many different themes, if we go back to Appearance and Themes, that you can choose from. There's a whole bunch of featured ones and new ones. If you really want to go professional, though, I recommend buying a theme, which is what we're going to do next. One of my most favorite websites to go to for buying a WordPress theme is themeforest.net. Themeforest.net. And go ahead and click on the WordPress tab. And I like to sort it by sales, just so I know that a lot of people are getting them and they have really good ratings. You don't want to get something that's untested. And we're going to get the king size theme. So we're going to click on it and purchase it. Now you only need to purchase it one time. You don't need to keep on purchasing this theme. And we can see a live preview of it first before we purchase it. And some people worry about them having the same theme as someone else, but the chances of them going to a website with your theme and then going to a website with the same theme is really improbable, almost 0% chance. And even if they do go to the website with the same theme, they're not going to be able to tell because you're going to modify it so much it's not going to look like the same website. So that's definitely not something to worry about. So after we previewed it, we can purchase it. Click purchase. You may need to create an account. I already have an account, so I'm just going to click sign in. Sign in. And I entered it in wrong, but that's alright. We'll try again. Oh god. Okay. I can't get this one right. Alright, finally. Okay, and then we will buy the item. I've actually already purchased the item, as it says here. So I can go to my username and downloads, and I've purchased a few items. And I can download this theme. So click download. Now you can download it, and this works on PC, this works on Mac, this works on Linux. It works on anything because it's all being done on the website itself. So we're just going to download this, and we're going to drag it or download it to our desktop. And once we do that, we can actually minimize this. And then there's a zip file. You're going to want to unzip this zip file just by double clicking on it. And a folder shows up. And this works exactly the same way in Windows. I'm on a Mac right now, but it works exactly the same way. And we see this king size folder. Let's click on to open it. And let's see what's going on inside of here. So we have the template files. And we have this king size. This is the file that we're going to need to upload to our WordPress. It's very easy. But we also have in here help files. And if we click on this, it'll tell us exactly how to modify anything in this theme, because every theme is different. So you're going to want to read the help files if you get stuck on anything. Make sure to read the help files. But it's pretty easy. So we're just going to minimize this again and go back to our website. So let's exit this out. Go to themes, appearance, then themes. So let me do that for you, appearance, and click install themes. And then we're going to want to click upload and choose file. Now we're not uploading this file. You'll get an error. We unzip this file and we got this folder. So we're going to open this folder, go to template files, and upload this file right here and click open. and click Install Now. And it's uploading right now to our website. And we click Activate. Once we do that, we now have the theme installed. Let's go back to our website just to check it out. And here we have it, our theme. There's no content on it, so it looks a little empty. Let's go back and learn how to import content. The King Size theme developers were nice enough to give us the demo content. So what we're going to do is just go to Tools and Import. Then we're going to choose WordPress. And we're going to click Install Now. Once we do that, we're going to click Activate, Plugin, and Run Importer. And we're going to choose our file. So choose File. Let's go back to that King Size folder and click on Help Files and Express Setup.xml. And click Open and upload and import. Now we can just assign it to admin and download all and import all file attachments. And now it's importing a bunch of content. So now we look at our website and we see that nothing has changed. And that's because we need to go to Appearance, then Menus, and make sure to click the navigation and click Save. And now we go back to our website and we can see we have the navigation. And this is just all the demo content that this King Size theme has provided us. So we have an About, and we have a gallery, different galleries, and a blog, and a Contact Us. But what happens if we click on our home page, and how do we get these who we are and what we're proud of below this? So let's see what happens when we click on our home page. We actually go to their website and not our website. So how do we change that? That's pretty easy. We go back to our dashboard and we could go to Appearance, then Menus, and we see the home, and the home has a custom URL. So let's expand it here and let's put in our URL. Make sure to keep the HTTP 2 colons and then 2 forward slashes. Also, what if we want to change the text under it? We have to click Screen Options, then click Description. And we can see, if we open up a new window, that Home says back to the home page, and About says who we are. So we can see it says back to the home page. Maybe we want an exclamation after it. Then click Save Menu. And if we refresh this, we'll see that it has the exclamation. Alright. And if we go to our About, and we see this up here, this bar up here, this bar is here only when we're logged in. So if we log out, we can log out and go back to our About Us page, we won't see that bar. So that's how our users will see the website without the bar. So now we need to log back in, because we're logged out actually, by going to ourwebsite.com/wp-admin. and logging in. Alright, next up, the whole point of everything is to add some photography to our website. So I'm going to open up another tab here just to show you the changes that are being made. Right now we have no background. So let's look how to change that. We go to the king size here and click on it. And it says global background preferences. So let's just choose file. I'm going to go to my desktop and choose a file. Let's see, this one looks okay. And press open. And press save changes. Alright, once we've done that, we can go ahead and refresh our website. And we can see that our background has changed now. Now it looks much better. We can go to our About page, and we can see the background there as well. So that looks pretty good. But what about that nice slider we saw? The nice image slider that we saw right here. Well, we could easily change that by going again to our king size, then our background slider. Once we do that, we can upload 10 photos at once. So let's just choose our files. And let's upload this one, these. Okay, we'll have to do one at a time, so just click on it and click open. And choose another file and click on it and press open. And keep on doing that. I think you get the point. Open. Alright, so that's all the files I'm going to upload for now, and then just click upload photos. And now we just wait for our photos to upload. Alright, our photos have uploaded. Now let's go back to our website and click refresh and see if they've actually changed. There's our nice photo there. And it has. So now it's an image slider. So now you have a beautiful website that has your images displayed in the background. Now this would be distracting if it was on every page, so they made it have the static pages of just your original background that you've uploaded here. And the home page has a slider. And people can go like this and really just get a good view of your images, and it really helps promote you. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is start doing the more exciting stuff and add a image gallery. So the way you do that is you go to pages, and here you can see a list of all of your pages. So that's like an about, the gallery, the portfolio pages, the blog, the contact us. You can see them all here. But go to pages and click add new. So we'll call this one gallery. And this isn't a regular page, this is the gallery page. So under template, we click, let's do the pretty photo. We have a pretty photo page. Okay. Then below, we will go to gallery page layouts, and we'll click the 4-column layout. You could do 2-column, 3-column. What this means is there's 2 pictures per column. This is 3 and this is 4. Let's do 4. Okay. And now what we're going to do is upload these images here. So we're going to click this button here, and we're going to upload all of our images. So select files, and you can click multiple at a time by just holding shift. So we could do multiple images by just pressing and holding shift. Then click open. And once we do that, all of the images are going to start uploading. And what we can do is just exit this and publish this page. I know it doesn't look like it has anything, but since we've uploaded the images and we've made the template the pretty photo page, it should do it. So we publish it, but when we view our website, we don't see it anywhere on the menu. So let's change that. And the way you change that is you go to Appearance and Menus, like you did before. And we have a recent page over here called Gallery, and we could just click Add to Menu. So once you do that, you can actually click and hold and drag it up. And I'm going to put it right on top of Galleries. So then I'm going to click Save Menu. Then I'm going to check my website. Sorry about that. That's my phone. Okay, I'm going to check my website and click refresh. And we see Gallery. And we click on it. And we can see our pictures. There's 4 per row. And they don't all go in evenly, so I need one more picture maybe to make it perfect. When we see this picture, it's sideways, so that's not good. We can open these pictures and we can browse through them. So click on this one, click on these, and we can actually expand it if we want to right here. And we can see our image. So that looks really good, but let's see how to fix this image right here that's sideways. Alright, so let's go to Edit Page up here, and that's just easier than going to our dashboard and then going to the pages. Just click Edit Page. And once we do that, let's click the gallery again. And we see that there's 23 in this gallery. And we can show this image here. Once we do that, we can click Edit Image. You guys probably have Photoshop or some other image editing software maybe, but if you don't, you can use this one. And we can actually flip it. Then click Save. And save all changes. And click Update. And we can go back to our website and go back to Gallery. And we can see that this is much better now. Okay. The next thing we have here is we have menus that we don't need. We don't need this galleries. We don't need this portfolio. You can use it if you want to. But let's get rid of this gallery and this portfolio. So we go back to our menu, and you can get to it easily by going to Appearance and Menus. And we see all these things that we don't need. We see this galleries. Could remove it. And just keep on removing and removing. This is a step-by-step tutorial, so I'm not going to skip any steps for you. So it may go a little slow, but I think it's better to do that than to skip and rush over anything. So I'm just going to remove all of these pretty quickly. So there are a lot of galleries. Sorry about that. But you're really getting a lot of practice in removing things. Okay, in our portfolio we need to remove photography, remove. Okay, so we're almost good. I'm going to remove all these also. So let's just remove this and all of these. Page sample, short codes, and this. So when this is indented right here, it means that it's a submenu. So let's just save this menu. And we can refresh this. And we can see that if we hover over about, we see the password example. It's a submenu of about. And you do that by dragging it under and indenting it. So I don't want to have any submenus, so I'm actually going to drag this here and change the name of this to client login. Because what this is going to do is I want my clients to only see certain things, not for the general users to be able to see it. So this is a password protected page for your clients. So I'm just going to save that for now, but we'll get back to that later. So I'm going to save menu. Now I'm going to go back to my website, and we can see that we have a client login here, and it's going to ask for our password and everything, but we're going to get back to that later. What I want to do here is put a little description under this gallery. So let's go to gallery, and here is the good stuff. And the client login, clients only. Call this clients area actually, and click Save Menu. So now we have our descriptions here and our client area. Client area, that's what I meant to say. Client area. And click Save Menu. And we'll refresh this. Okay, good. Okay, next we're going to change how our links are structured. That sounds real nerdy and weird, but it's pretty easy and straightforward. If we click on our About page, we see up here that it says !page _ID equals 26. Now, that's not only a mouthful, but it's not good for people. If you want to just send them to the About page, you could say yourwebsite.com/about. And it's not good for the search engines. The search engines are not human. They don't know what this page is about. They get the information partially from this URL up here. So how to change it? Let's look and see. First, we're going to close this out, and we're going to go to our dashboard. And we're going to hit Settings and Permalinks. Once we do that, let's just click Post Name and click Save Changes. Now when we go back to our website and we click About, we can see it says ourwebsite.com/about, and that's much better for the search engines and much better for your users. The next area we have is this Contact Us area. It doesn't have our information in it yet, but it will really soon. So let's figure out how to change this. What we can do here is go to our dashboard again, and we can click on the king size WP, and let's scroll down and find something that says contact page. Let's put in our email address, and this is our success message. That's fine, and click save changes. Okay, once we do that, we can go back to our website and we can see that the contact us is the same, but if we fill it out, it will email us in the right area. Let's go ahead and click on edit this page so we can change this. So edit this page and email me today, and we click update. And make sure the template is contact page. That's what puts in all the forms in there. And let's click update. Okay, so we view the page again and we see that it changed, email me today. But what about this side area? And this area is called the sidebar. So let's go ahead and change this sidebar area. What we're going to do for that is go to our dashboard and go to appearance, then widgets. Widgets is how you control the sidebar. So we have a main blog sidebar here, and we have the contact page sidebar. So there's nothing in it now. It's just the default sidebar that the king size theme came with. So let's find the king size contact widget. So we do that. And we have the title that we don't need to put, but we have our phone number. That's my phone number. You can call me if you want. Have my email address and our address. And we click save. Now hopefully if we go back to our website and we go to the contact us page, we can see that it actually changed and it put the map of where I live in there. So that's my phone number, email, and address, and the map. Now let's see if it actually will email us. Okay, it says it's sent. Let's see if it actually did send. Log into my Gmail, and we see that we have a new message from me. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go back to our main page. And the next thing that I want to do is set up the About page. So the About page doesn't have any of my content here, but it gives you a lot of examples of what you can do, and you can read more about that in the theme documentation that I showed you in the beginning in that zip folder. So you can make buttons and headings and different things like that, but for now I just want to add my picture and some text. So what I'm going to do is click on edit page, and I'm going to open up a new tab and look for a dummy text generator, which is just dummy text, so it really says nothing at all, but it's just to put in content in there. So we'll do something like that. We'll copy it to the clipboard, and we'll just select all by pressing Control A if you're on a PC or Command A if you're on a Mac. Or you can simply highlight everything. Make it easy. Click and drag and highlight just like Microsoft Word and paste it in. Okay, once we do that, we can also now put in an image. So let's click here and insert an image by clicking the Upload Insert button. And let's just select files, and I'm going to go to my desktop and select me. And I'm going to do a medium size image because this is a little too big. And I'm not going to link the URL. this means if you click on it, it'll go to a bigger picture. I don't want that done. I'm also going to align it left so that the text goes on the right side. If I put none, then the text will go underneath. So I'm just going to put left and press Insert into Post. So there I am, and that really is me. And click Update. And that's really, it's so easy. You can also click this button here to get in more options, and also click this button to get King Size has different options specifically for this theme, so you can click it and you can insert you know, buttons and different things like that, so you don't have to make them. Okay, so update, and now we can go back to our page and view the page. So there I am, and you may want a service page here. So let's say, you know, you're selling photography services. Let's put a service page right under the About page. So what we do is we just go back to our dashboard and we go to Pages, Add New, and let's do services, and let's just paste in that text, and we can add in a different image if we want. And we'll just insert it into the post and publish it. So now that we have the services page, if we go back to our website, we're not going to actually see it in our menu. And that's because we need to go to our Appearance, then Menus, and click the services and Add to Menu. So we'll do it right under the About. Press Save Menu, visit our website again, and there we have it. We have a Services tab. But the Services doesn't have a description, so let's again make it have a description. So make sure in the screen options you check off this description, and then in the description field just put all my services and click Save Menu. Now when we visit our site, we have an About and Services, which is pretty cool. And it's looking pretty good. Now on an About page or a Services page, we don't want it to say leave a comment, because we don't want people commenting necessarily on our About page or Service page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit this page, and another way you can get here to edit the page is if you go back to the website and go to Pages, and you'll see the Services page, and just click Edit. And then once you do that, click Screen Options and check off Discussion. And when you do that, you're going to get another menu item here that says Allow Comments, Allow Trackbacks. And press Update. I know I may be going a little fast, but this is a video, so you can always rewind. And we can view our page again, and we see that it has no more comments there. So that is, you know, really helpful if you don't want people leaving comments on your website. Alright, next up, we're going to change this logo right here to your logo actually. And many of you may have Photoshop, but I'm just going to show you, if you don't have Photoshop, how to do it for free. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, I want to get an icon, just so I don't have to create it from scratch. So I'm going to go to dryicons.com and click Free Icons. Now when you download an icon here, you have to give them credit somewhere on your website, so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to click on the Shine icon. And these are all free icons. I'm going to scroll down and choose an icon that I think would look good for our photography website. Alright, and this one looks pretty good. So I'm just going to click on it. And I'm going to download the PNG of it. And you want to do a PNG because PNG format has a transparent background. So instead of having a white background, it'll actually take on the color of whatever the background is. So if it's black or green or purple, it will show up as that background color instead of being a white block right here. So you want to download it as a PNG. So let's just download it. Alright, and I will drag it to my desktop. And unzip it. And inside of it, we have the icon with all the different sizes. Okay. Once we do that, let's reopen our page and let's go to a website called Pixlr, Pixlr.com. And this is a Photoshop imitator. So let's just open up the Pixlr editor. Alright, and then we're going to create new image. And we're going to check off transparent. And we're also going to change the width and height of this, because the width here is 220 and the height here is 180. So let's do that. Let's do 220 by 180. And we'll say this is the logo. Okay? So now we have that logo. Now we need to insert our icon into it. So maybe we'll go to File, New Image, or File, Open Image, and let's find our Shine icon. Let's do 128 by 128, and let's click Open. So now that we have it here, we can select it all and go to Edit and Copy, and we'll edit and paste. There we go. We have our icon in there, right there. Let's lower it a little bit, and let's actually go to Adjustments, and let's do Sepia. Alright, so we changed it there. And you can do a whole bunch of other adjustments. If you don't like that one, we can make it an old photo, or take the color balance or vibrance up or down, or do really anything that we want to do with it. Change the colors. Anything we want to do with it, just like Photoshop. Alright, we'll say that that's okay, and we will put some text in here. Let's put simple and change the font. Okay, that looks pretty good for doing it for 30 seconds. And let's change the color to white. Okay, we can't see it now, but you will be able to see it on that black background. And what we can do is we can add another layer here by pressing this button, and we could just take the bucket tool and make it all black so that we can see what it would look like. So this is what it would look like. Alright, let's actually redo that. And let's select our symbol and move it over a little bit. And maybe we don't like that font, so we can change that. Okay, then we'll move it to the center. And remember to delete your black background, or just uncheck it. And go to File and Save. And make sure you save it as a PNG with a transparent background, so it can go on all of your materials, and it'll take the background color of that material. Then click OK. Let's save it to my desktop and click Save. Alright, now that we have the image saved, let's go back into our backend by going to wp-admin. And once we do that, let's click on King Size. And let's upload our logo. Let's choose the file and upload this logo by clicking on it, pressing Open. And click Save Changes. Alright, let's visit our website. And we see we have our logo in there. It's not a very good logo because I didn't spend a lot of time with it. I don't want to spend an hour on it with you on this video. It's already long enough. But it's a pretty good logo for just doing it for 30 seconds, and I just wanted to show you how to make a logo if you don't have Photoshop. Alright, next up is blogging. How do we blog? What is blogging? How do you add blog posts? Okay, so blogging, as you probably know what it is, usually they give like a little snippet of information here, and you can read more. It's usually ordered in the date newest first, so you see the newest ones first. And this is a way to keep your clients or just different people up to date on what you're doing, or if you have any cool photos or you're doing a photo shoot recently, you put those in here, and people can comment on it and different things like that. So how do we make a blog post? Well, that's pretty easy. You just go back into your dashboard as you usually do, and instead of making pages, how you make your About Us and Service page, you just make a post. Okay, so we go to Post, and we see all these posts that came with our demo content. You can easily check it off and delete it if you want. Just click this trash button, or check off a bunch of them and press the move to trash button, and they'll be gone. So the way excuse me, the way we do it is we click on Post and we click Add New. Give it a title and say something, and then insert an image if you want to. We'll go to our excuse me, we'll go to our media library, and we will let's say click on this one to show, and insert a medium one. Don't do it the full length. We'll do this one in the center, and we'll insert into Post. Okay, so we have our image there now. And after we do that, we can, before we publish it, let's set the featured image. Now this will, let me show you what this does. If we go to visit our site and we go to blog, we can see an image right here if we want to, if we set a featured image. So let's do that. Let's set featured image. And let's make it different from the one that we chose so you'll see the difference. We're going to upload this one. and we're gonna click use as featured image. Alright, then we're done and we can exit this and click publish. So remember that this one's a featured image and this one is the image we embedded inside of our blog post. Obviously you'll have more content in here and more interesting things than this. So then click publish. Alright, once we do that, we can refresh this page and we see our featured image. So that was this image down here. And if we click read more, we'll see the whole blog post. And we can click on this and it will expand bigger, which is pretty cool. It does that automatically. And people can comment on it, say, wow, that was an amazing photo shoot, or whatever people say. Okay, and that is how you blog. So Google likes to give traffic to blogs because it's up to date, and you can put keywords in here, which is good for optimizing for search engines. And if we click on it, we can see that the keywords are up here, and hopefully you'll write some things and maybe even have a video or a slideshow. And yeah, Google likes that kind of content. People like that kind of content. Alright, so that's how to blog. Let's go back to our website. The next thing we're going to learn is about our sidebar. So if we go back to blog and we see this side right here called the sidebar, we can even click on a post and we see the sidebar. How do we actually control it? How do we control what's in here? So let's look at how to do that. First, you go to your dashboard as usual, and you go to Appearance and Widgets. And once you do that, we can see our main blog sidebar. So if we want, we can actually take out recent. Let's take out recent comments, and it saves automatically for you. So we can go back here, and here we see recent comments, and if we refresh it, we see that the recent comments is gone. So instead of the recent comments, maybe let's put our gallery widget in here. So just drag it in, click save, and we can refresh it, and we see that we have our gallery widget, which displays pictures. So that is how you control the sidebar. In this, on my website, I'm not going to actually have any services. I'm just going to have a store. So I'm actually going to get rid of the services. So let's go to, we can skip it by going to menus right here. And we'll just take out services, just remove. And save menu. Alright, so now we know how to control the sidebar and we got rid of the services. Alright, next up, this client area. Maybe you just are working on a project with a client and a photo shoot, and you haven't selected all the pictures that you want to give them, but you only want them to be able to see the photos. You don't want everyone to see the photos. How do you make a password protected client area that only you and your clients can see, or you and whoever you give the password to can see? That's pretty easy. All you have to do is, let's go to edit the page. When you're creating a new page, right here it says visibility password protected. So this is all the content that's password protected. Anything you put in here will be password protected. So let's add in an image that is password protected image. So let's see it. Let's add a new image and select files, and we'll add this top secret image. and we'll insert it into post. So now we have this big top secret image that you need a password to get into. So the way you do a password protected page is you just do a regular page, and you set this visibility right here to password protected. So right now the password is password. And we click OK. Then we'll click update. And we can view our page now by going to the client area and entering in the password. Sometimes to get this to work you have to do a little code, and I'm going to walk you through it. It's no big deal. So if you get, when you enter in this password, if you get a 404 error or a page not found error, then you have to enter in some code. So let's enter in just anything and log in. And if we get a sorry page not found code, then we have to actually go into the back end and tweak something. Alright, but I'm going to walk you through that, and it's really easy. So let's actually go back to our dashboard, and let's go to appearance and themes. I'm sorry, appearance then editor. And once we do that, let's click on functions, theme functions. And after we do that, we will press Control F if you're on the PC or Command F if you're on the Mac. And what this does is it pops up a little search box. Sometimes the search box is here, sometimes it's way down here. You have to search for it. Alternatively, you can go to edit then find and click find. It's the same thing, but I like Control F if you're on a PC or Command F if you're on a Mac. And then you will search for WP-pass. And once you search for that, you're actually going to replace this with wp-login.php action equals post pass. Alright, and you just did some of your first coding, but you don't need to know what it means. It just allows it to work. That's all you need to know. So make sure you change it to this, make sure it looks exactly like this, or it could mess something up. Alright, and then we click update file. And it says file edited successfully, and we go back to our photography website, and we can click on the client area, and let's enter in a wrong password. Let's try Tyler, and it says nope, please, it didn't allow you to do it. So now let's try password, the correct password. And there we have it. We have our top secret page. So I know it's a little weird, you had to do some coding, but to get it to work, sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes it'll work right out of the box, sometimes you have to put that in. Okay, and this will allow you just to share pictures and things that you only want your clients to see, or you only want someone to see, rather than everyone to see it. And that is really easy to do, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The next thing we're going to do is actually get a store in here so people can actually purchase your pictures, or they can buy your services, and that will go into your PayPal account. A PayPal account is free, so you'll need to get one of those, and then the store software is actually free. So it's pretty cool. So let's see how to do that. The first thing we need to do is go into our back end again. I'm sure you're maybe tired of hearing me say that, but then you go to plugins and you click add new. Now, I don't know if I explained the plugins yet to you, but what plugins do is they actually extend the functionality of WordPress. So if you want to have some social media buttons or um, this store, then you can just search for a store plugin or a comments plugin or a Facebook plugin if you want to add a Facebook like button to your website. So that's one of the reasons why WordPress is so good, because so many people make these free plugins that extend the functionality of WordPress and make it better. So let's look for ECWID. That's what the shopping cart is called, ECWID, and search for the plugin. Alright, and we see ECWID shopping cart. I like to look at the reviews of it, make sure it's good, but I already know this one's good. But if you're looking at plugins, it's good to go to details, see how many people have downloaded it, see the ratings, look at the screenshots, look at how to install it by installation or description, how to use it. But I know this one's good because I've used it before, so let's just install now and activate plugin. So what that did is it gave us another option under settings, ECWID shopping cart. And so it's asking us for the store ID. So we don't have a store ID yet, but what we can do is we can go to www.ecwid.com, and once we're here we can sign in. Actually, you're going to probably want to sign up, but I've already signed up and I'm not going to show you how to sign up. It's pretty easy. You can sign up with your Google account or Twitter or Facebook account, so it makes it easy. I'm just going to sign in. Now I have Google linked up to it, so I'm just going to click Google. And now it's going to sign me in. Okay. Once I'm on this page and I'm signed in, I have a store ID right here. Store ID. So I'm going to copy that or just memorize it. And I'm actually going to paste it into here. So paste it into there. Okay. And then I'm going to click Save Changes. Save changes. Okay. Now if we go back to my website, or the website that you're making, you're not going to see the store here because, again, you need to add it to the menu. So you go to Appearance and Menus, and we see this new page. That's a store page. It already added it for us, so let's add it. I want it to be right under the gallery, and I'm going to click Save Menu. Okay. So now I'm going to refresh my page, and I see there's a new store. But it doesn't have a description there, so I forgot about that. Let's add it in. Say go to the store. Okay. Or I could say something better like buy my prints or something. Buy my services or something creative like that. Okay. Now we refresh it and it says go to the store. Okay, let's go to the store. See what it happens. Alright, now we have this nice looking store. Maybe the red's not nice, but you can change that later. And I'll show you a little bit how to do that. But now you can have your different 5x7s or your different things on whatever you want. You can have your services here. Yeah, they could buy a whole photo shoot or just your images individually, or you could use your images on their website and you can have them purchase that. So let's look at this, and we can add it to the bag. It's $99, add to bag, and we can go to checkout. So okay, that looks good. Checkout, and it's gonna say okay, choose the payment method. I haven't set it up the PayPal yet, so it just says phone order, but it will have the PayPal option once you enter that in. and that's all controlled by this website right here. So we can go to our system settings and go to payment, and we can choose our payment processor. So we can enable it, and let's just put my email address because I already have a PayPal account, and save. So it's enabled now. We click save, and we can refresh this, and we have a PayPal. And if we enter in all our stuff, then it'll ask us for our credit card information, and that will go into the PayPal account. Now, if you've never used PayPal before, it's pretty easy. You just go to paypal.com and you set up your sign up right here, and it's free. When your users are purchasing something, it doesn't cost them any money. Let's say it's $100, but PayPal does take like 2%. So you're only going to get $98 out of that 100, and there's no way of getting around that. That's how PayPal makes its money, and that's why it's free. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is just go to catalog, and we can see all of our products here. I'm not going to run through all of this EasyWid thing, but we can just click on new product and give it a product ID number, tell the price, say it's $599. Maybe it's a photo of something, and then add in a description. Hopefully it's better than that, and choose the product image. So we'll choose the file, and we'll click on that one or that one and click upload. Now that it's uploaded, we can click save, and we can go to our store, back to our store, our main store, and we can actually see it right here, a new item. So this can be whatever you want, obviously. You can ship them a picture and charge them money and start making money on your website. So that is pretty cool. To change the look of your store, you can go to System Settings and click Design. This will give you different design options. We can click on beige and click activate and then save it. And we could go back to our website and refresh it, and we see that it actually has changed the look of the shopping cart. And there's so many more options, but this video is already pretty long, so I'm gonna not go over all of them. You can also have different options in this settings shopping cart here, or we can do how many rows and different things like that. So another cool thing about this store is we can actually click and drag it into it, which I think is pretty cool. And you can open the bag and look at the different items. So that is pretty awesome if you ask me. And both PayPal and EasyWid are free, and I think it's really cool. So the next thing I want to show you is how to install Google Analytics. And what Google Analytics is if you have visitors going to your website, you want to know how many people are going to your website, what they're interested in, what they're looking at, and different things like that. So let me give you an example, instead of talking about it, of what Google Analytics looks like. So I have a few websites that are hooked up with Google Analytics. Here's the Pocket Watch guy. He sells pocket watches, pretty cool. And we could just look here how many visits he has every day and how many visits a month. We can also see what are the traffic sources. So this way, if you do a Facebook campaign or some sort of advertisement, or you're contacting people via email, where are they coming from? Are they coming from Google? Are they coming from Yahoo? Are they coming from Bing? Are they coming from AOL or YouTube? You have to get this information in order to know what marketing is working and what marketing isn't working. It's so important. Google Analytics also shows you what content people are interested in. So are they interested in the Hamilton pocket watches, or are they interested in your store or your gallery? This really gives you a lot of insight into what people are doing. So Google Analytics is very robust. There's a lot of things to learn and see, but the simple things are pretty easy to understand. It shows you, how many visits you're getting a day and how long people are staying on average, and how many pages each person on average visits. So knowing things like that really helps out. So how do we get a Google Analytics account? It's pretty easy. You go to google.com/analytics and you enter in there. It says sign in and create account. You obviously create account first. And then, but I'm just going to sign in because I already have one. And once you're signed in, you're going to want to hit this admin button and click new account. Alright, account name. I'm just going to put my website URL. Do the HTTP one, www.yourwebsite.com. Do your time zone. I'm -8 GMT. And select your industry if you want to. And then read the terms and services. Yeah, right. And click yes, I agree to the terms and services. And create account. Alright, now it says we've successfully created the account. And here it says tracking not installed. Okay, so we need to install the tracking. We're going to do a single domain name, that's fine. And now we're going to open up our dashboard and click on King Size WP. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to find a place way down, and we're going to find a place called Insert Google Analytics ID. So we can look at this and we can see that our tracking ID is that. So we'll just highlight it, copy it, and paste it right into here, and click Save Changes. And see if it's saved. Yes, it did. So now we go back to our Google Analytics and we try to refresh this page. And it says tracking installed. So that's when we know that we have tracking. Now sometimes it takes a few hours for it to get tracking. You really should wait till the next day to look at the previous day's numbers. But after you do that, you'll have all the insights that you need to really start building a successful marketing plan. So now that we've built a beautiful website with our homepage slider, our logo integrated, our about, our services, our gallery, a store so people can purchase things from you, a blog, a client area that's password protected, and a contact us so they can easily get in contact with you. And we've installed Google Analytics so we can track our visitors. It's now time to get out our to-do list and see what we've done. We've set up the website, we've put in the store to accept payments, we've installed visitor tracking. Now we need to get some tips on to get more business. So let's do that now. The point of this is just to give you some ideas to inspire you to think of your own ideas, your own creative ideas on how to get people to your website. And your ideas need to be just as creative. Your marketing ideas need to be just as creative as your photography. And this is the hardest part, getting people to your website and them purchasing something from you. But it's hard because people don't understand that it takes time to do it. And if you just, try something for a week and then give up, it's not going to work out for you. People also have difficulties in getting other people to their website because they think about it in the wrong way. They think me, 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 when they should be thinking, how do I give in order to get? Because first, in order to get, you have to give something. Like I'm giving in this video. You need to give something before you receive something. It's just the way of life. So the first idea I have is to visit a blog, a popular blog that you know of, that you like. This is TechCrunch. And what TechCrunch has to do, let's say they want this picture of San Francisco right here. They have to go to a stock photography website and they have to purchase it. Why not just contact them and say, you can use my picture for free, but I want a link back to my website. So people see your amazing picture here and they get a link back to your website. Once they go to your website, they can see similar pictures and become interested, and maybe they'll purchase something. So that's one idea that I've never been approached with. No one's ever come to me and said, Tyler, here, you can use my images for free, but just give me a link back so I get some publicity. So I think that's an amazing idea. If you got into some really high profile blogs, that would just be amazing. The next idea I have for you is an e-card. I call it an e-card. I don't know what it's called. I think it might be called e-junk. But I guarantee if I go to facebook.com and I scroll down long enough, we will see an e-card. I guarantee it. I'm surprised we haven't seen one yet. I hope we see an e-card. There we have it. An e-card with some text overlaid on it. What if this was your picture right here and you had a little thing that says where your website is, and you had 29 people sharing it and a whole bunch of other people commenting on it. You wrote something inspirational or something motivating or moving, and you had your picture here. I just think that's a brilliant idea, and I think that it would work to get your name out there and people interested in it. You could even say, buy this 5x7 on my website, or blow up the picture with the words on it and they can have it in their home. So many people like this when they want to purchase it. So that is my second idea, and I think that could really boost your Facebook and Twitter, and I think it would be really fun to do. And your marketing needs to be fun. It needs to be entertaining to yourself. If you're having a good time, if you can envision it working, then it probably will. So that is my second idea. For the next idea, and we want all of our ideas to be varied. We want to do different things. We don't want to do everything online or everything offline. So for the next idea I have is, why don't you just get your friends together and do a free, photo shoot if your portfolio is not that great, or maybe you don't do that type of photography, but if you do, then you can do that, with friends and just give it to them for free, and it would be fun, and you can add it to your portfolio. Or the next thing would be to contact another photographer and say, for free, you'll go on the photo shoot with them, and you'll become a second shooter. So you'll be on their side, and you'll take pictures, and maybe he or she will miss something that you capture, and sure, you're doing it for free, but you're getting such good experience. You're getting, how to interact with the clients and how to really be professional, and you get to see what they do and model after someone that is already successful in doing what you want to do. The last idea I have is actually not mine. I actually got this from a marketing book, or maybe it was a photography book. I can't remember, and I can't figure out where I got this idea from, but it's not mine, but I think it's brilliant, and it really shows the act of giving before you get. What they did was a photographer either went to a friend's wedding and they did it for free, or they were paid as a wedding photographer, and what they did was they took the pictures, and they also took pictures of the cake. Then they went back to the cake business with the blown up pictures, and they had their name and contact information on there, real small on the bottom left, but beautiful cake pictures. And what they did was they gave it to him. They went to the baker and they gave it to him. They said, "These are your cakes." And then the baker was so thrilled. The person who made the cake was so thrilled that they displayed them on their wall and in their window. And that just gave this wedding photographer a huge amount of credibility. And when people ask the baker, who they recommend to take their pictures, they of course recommended them. So this is just a win-win situation for both people, where they would take the pictures of the cake and then give them the pictures, the baker the pictures, so that they can display them and beautifully display them on their walls and on their windows. And I just think that's a really great idea, and it just really shows the power of giving something before you get something. But the basic thing is just to vary your ideas, make them different, try wild things, be creative, have fun with it. And once something is working, you'll be able to see in Google Analytics, where you're getting people from, what area they're getting traffic from. And once you see something works, maybe it doesn't bring in a ton of people, but once you see that something works, keep on doing it and try it for at least 3 months. Really start to build people knowing about you and how you do things, and that will just lead you on the path of success. My name is Tyler Moore, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like this video, please comment on it, and please subscribe. I hope to talk to you soon, and I will see you at the top.